Hola, buenos dias. Welcome to the Chaotic Energy Podcast. Just to start with, we've got a shout out to our loyalist viewer,
Number
Emily.
one fan.
Um,
Loyalist.
Thank you for all your support.
Loyalist. Is that a word?
Um,
Thank you, Emily. Thank you
um,
very
Emily's
much.
my best friend. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate it.
and also, we are trying to create a jingle, a little jingle for the podcast, for our introduction. So that will be coming to you soon. But we're
Hopefully.
going to start off today with our holiday story, starting with Jaden.
Right. I have two holiday stories. The first one revolves mainly around me. I think it was about 8 years ago now, I think. So I was quite a young Jaden. And there were these toilets. I was on Tenerife, Canary Island, Tenerife, having a lovely time. And I go into this toilet. It's a bit dodgy. It's made of wood. And I decide to lock myself in the toilet. And I couldn't get out. I was stuck in this toilet. And so then my dad came along and he couldn't get me out. And so, long story short, we had to call a maid to get a screwdriver and come and get me out of this small cubicle by the pool. And it was the most embarrassing thing in my life because it was just this walk of shame out of the toilets back to the sunbeds.
Getting
How long
locked
did the
in a
maid take?
toilet.
Huh?
How long did the maid take?
I would say I was in there for about 20 minutes.
That is one of my worst nightmares. I would hate to get stuck in a toilet.
That's
Oh,
a
that's
bit
like
That just
claustrophobia.
scares me.
Whatever.
Yeah. I just no.
My second story, I think this was a few years before, same place on Tenerife. And there's my younger cousin. I think she was about 5 at the time. We've just got there. It's about 10 p.m. and she decides she's going to jump into the pool. And so my dad jumps in to save her. Luckily, she was fine, got her out. But he got out of the pool, realised his new iPhone was in his pocket.
Oh.
Not waterproof or water resistant, and it just broke.
That is not good.
Yeah. So that's probably the most memorable one
I
because
have-
it was
I-
literally. Go on.
So when you're on holiday, you got out of the pool, and you're having a nice swim, and suddenly you have the urge to take a number two, and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you take your number two, and then it's like impossible to clean up because
You missed the
it's
part
so
where you say you get out the pool. Please say that is what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
No, we don't leave any floaters in the pool. We don't do that. Not anymore, at least.
I mean, do you
I
remember?
actually-
anymore.
Do you remember the guards
was
and they'd
last year?
say, "Oh, if you take a in the pool, it turns blue."
Yeah,
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
a certain teacher used to threaten that with us.
You
But
did used to do that.
I had been there before and I'd done it in the pool before.
Oh no.
Never turned blue, so I mean,
Has
Then the
anyone else
people
got
that
any
were,
holiday
I just couldn't
stories?
swim.
I actually remembered one.
Go on.
It's not the most nice story. So we, as a family,
Brilliant.
yeah, we used to go to Pontins, which is like a Butlins kind of place,
Ooh.
just cheaper.
Pontins
Oh, yeah.
is terrible.
It is.
That's by the coast side. If am I wrong? Or-
So we'll go Easter, and we, do our little party thing in the evening, and we wake up to ambulances.
Oh no.
This is the last day, and someone in one of the other little villa type things has died.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
and
Oh no.
Yeah.
it was
Oh, no.
yeah. We never went there, and we also heard that the roof collapsed after we left, so we decided to stay away from Pontins and go somewhere else. So yeah.
Well.
I've
then.
got a very similar story actually. I was on holiday in Turkey, and this was a big family get together and stuff. My nan and granddad got really friendly with someone on the hotel. It was this other couple.
Oh.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And this couple,
Yeah.
they were in the room next door, and one day my nan and granddad came out of their room, and I think they said the paramedics were outside or something, and the man of the couple that they'd been talking to just dropped dead in his room.
Oh, another dead story.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice.
god, it is not. I didn't know the person that died, but no, it was really not very nice.
So
Yeah.
had you like met? Had you met this guy?
Me?
Or yeah.
I mean, this was ages ago. I was 4 or 5, so I don't remember him.
Okay,
I don't
right,
remember the
right,
story
right.
at all. But it happened apparently.
Has anyone else got any
I have
holiday stories?
got
Go
a
on.
story. So when I used to go to Portugal, there would always be like a pool party, you know,
Yeah.
every week or whatever. And one time, so usually you're just only allowed to go in the main pool, and then you know how like you make friends on holiday. So
No.
one of our friends goes up to. It's hard being alone, Oscar, isn't it?
Oh.
One of our friends, he decides, you know what, I'm gonna go up to the other pool, not the main one, and he sees like a woggle. Are we allowed to call them that? You know what I mean?
What, like a pool
The
noodle?
big
A
long,
pool
That's
noodle.
yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Oh, woggle,
That's
yeah.
it.
I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
call them woggle. People call them doodles, and they're like, woggle
Yeah.
all
So
the way.
he sees one of those in the other pool,
I feel
and
like
he
someone's getting
decides.
bashed around the head.
No, so he decides he's gonna go and get it, even though he didn't come for the pool party. So he decides, yeah, it's a good idea to get it, and it's not close to the pool. You know, you could
Yeah.
probably reach it if you were a tall man,
Yeah.
but he is not a tall man. So he tries to get it. He just rolls headfirst into the pool,
Oh
trying to
god.
grab this noodle, and he's like soaked for the rest of the night. So
Oh.
we have to run
That
down.
actually reminds me of a little story.
We have to run
We
down.
were. Go on.
We have to run down to the parents and say he's just fallen in the pool whilst he's still in the pool. We haven't helped him out because we're nice like that.
Oh god. You just
Yeah.
left him drowning.
Well, he could swim, but
That reminds me actually, on our last day holiday, this was about 5 years ago now. It's our last day, and then there's this family. It's obviously their last day too. They're all dressed up, and there's this, I would say, 8-year-old kid maybe, and he's in like suit trousers, a suit, a waistcoat, a shirt, and he's walking on the side of the pool, and I'm watching him, and I'm just thinking he's gonna go in, he's gonna fall in, and all of a sudden someone runs past him, and he kind of got like a little jump scare, and he falls into the pool in this suit, all these smart clothes, and so I saw them have to go back to their hotel room, get changed, and then I think they I imagine they missed their bus because you had to be at the reception right on time to get your bus. So I imagine they then missed their bus and had to wait even longer to go home. I just felt a bit sorry for them,
That
really.
is so sad, but I would have laughed.
I
Oh, I did.
have
I would
I
have
did do
laughed
that.
at them falling in the pool.
It just
Yeah, I
seems
did do that.
whenever I go on holiday, something goes wrong. I'm not even kidding. So we had that in Turkey. In Cyprus, my nan and granddad both ended up in hospital. In Mallorca, I spent like 2 days on like
I went to Cyprus
redirected.
and something happened.
Yeah, on like in Mallorca, we spent 2 days on like redirected flights, airports,
Oh right.
all of that. We essentially had a whistle stop tour of Spain. That was fantastic. I loved that. We woke up for a flight at like 3 in the morning. But yeah, no, holidays and me just don't mix.
I remember when I went to Cyprus, my sister managed to cut her toe open.
Oh right, we
And
had a bit
then
more than that here. We had a stroke and
One year
Oh.
in Tenerife, my mum like something dislodged a disc in her neck or something, and had to be taken to hospital. And yeah, it wasn't a good time.
Ollie, you said you had a
Well,
story.
to really brighten the mood,
Yeah.
I don't have a story. I have a historical event. So, me and my
Ooh.
brothers, we made a sport in France. So when we went to France, there was like, how do I explain it? So there's the pool, right? And then like round the corners, like sort of shower blocks, right? And then there was inside showers and outside showers. And then what me and my brother would do, we called it WWW, and it was stood for World War Wasp, because in the showers outside, opposite the outside showers, there's like this wasp net and then nest, and we would get like water and just throw it at them at the wasp thing until the wasp would come out, and we'd see how long we could go without getting got. So yeah, that's what we did for that whole holiday. It was a great time.
speaking
Very
of
nice.
wasp bee things,
Mhm.
when I was in Italy, so obviously being the top baller I am, I'm playing
Oh.
like football with my uncle or something, and I kick the ball and it goes like into the hedge or something.
Yeah.
And then I go into the hedge and there's like a little gap in the hedge, which like you can barely fit through. And I was going down there to get the ball. I hit a bush and like probably like 10 wasps swarm me. They were like sting me.
Oh.
Horrible. But yeah. So wasp story.
Very
Um,
nice.
I believe Ollie, you have a
Yeah.
I do. Okay, so this is a case of Elisa Lamb. And basically, the brief overview is she was found dead in a water tank on the top of a building
I've seen
in
this one.
a hotel in 2013, the Cecil Hotel to be precise. So basically,
Can I add quickly?
you can
I
add
believe there's a documentary on Netflix
on
about
Netflix,
this
yeah,
actually.
there is.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna soon watch it, so I will report back
I haven't heard of this.
about that.
Basically, what happened was, so this girl, she was a student, and she used to call her parents every day to like make sure she was okay. And then one day, she didn't call her parents. So then the parents like they called the hotel, and then they couldn't find her at all. Then they ended up calling the police, and the police searched the whole hotel, and they just couldn't find her anywhere. And then so they checked CCTV and all that sort of thing. And then the last time she was ever seen was in an elevator, and she was like twitching and she was like
Yeah.
cocking her head and all that sort of thing. And she pressed all the buttons. She stepped out the elevator. There's a video on
I've
YouTube.
I've seen the video of her in the elevator, and
it's
it
very
looks
strange.
really
I'll tell you
really
what,
shady.
if it's not like too, I'm sure it won't be, but we'll put it up on screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's one of the things I've heard is that she was supposedly talking to a ghost. Don't know if you have
yeah, because
anything on
the
that.
thing is, in the video, there was actually no one in there. Yeah, so people also say there's like evil spirits, stuff like that. I'll get onto what the weird movement might have been later.
Yeah.
But so the video ended up being published by the authorities, and then 2 weeks after that happened, the body was found in one of the water tanks, and this happened as an accidental discovery. It was like the maintenance guy,
Right.
so he kept
Yeah.
getting reports of like low water pressure and a weird taste out of the tap water from like the people in the hotel.
So they were drinking body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. It's
Oh.
it's a bit grim, but yeah, that's what was happening.
Nice.
So they basically what happened is he went to investigate, and there's a really like on top of water towers, there's a really small water tank, sorry, a really small hole. So he looked in, and he just saw this woman face up in the water. That would have been
Right.
quite the fright. But basically,
Yeah.
so yeah, and some people say it could have been suicide, but it's well, she brought things from like shops around the corner to like take back to her family, which was a bit.
Mm.
So it
how is
because it
she whacking
continue.
herself in a water tank?
Yeah, so it said
Yeah.
that you have to go up like 15 floors and then upstairs and then like disable the rooftop alarm and climb up to the platform and then up a ladder to get even access to one of the water tanks.
Yeah.
And that's all without any notice. So yeah, and basically the family of her like tried to sue the hotel as a death suit,
Right.
but then the hotel said that basically nothing could come of that because people don't usually just go popping themselves in there, and it was seen as safe.
Mm.
But so and then they like got a whole court case and stuff like that, and then court ruled it as like unforeseeable and like accident, and the case was just dismissed, and no more said of it. Like the movement, as I said earlier,
Right.
that could have been because so she was bipolar, I think. So then they on the autopsy they, like test her for drugs and stuff, and people think she might have not took them properly. That could have caused that.
Oh, what, like her medication?
Yeah, which is why she could have been all wibbly wobbly in
Yeah,
the
Right.
elevator.
yeah, I think that's one of the most.
So like she was a bit maybe spaced out, probably.
Probably. But then
Right.
also they don't know if that's definitely the case if you've been in water for 2 weeks and like then the body's like decomposed and everything. So
Yeah, that
there's
makes it more
actually no
difficult,
full
doesn't it?
autopsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found it quite interesting that they just kind of dismissed it as well.
So are there
So-
any suspects or
No, well,
I have one theory potentially. We talked
go
about
ahead.
this with the DB Cooper case. Maybe that it was like the hotel. Maybe the woman had done something to, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but something to someone at the hotel or the hotel company or something, and the hotel have done this and covered it up because, like you said about disabling all the alarms and stuff, it's hard to get up there by yourself,
Yeah.
especially if you don't work there. So
All that was
maybe
said
it
by
was
the
a
hotel.
cover up from the hotel.
All that was said by them was that she was always seen walking around by herself, and then they don't
Yeah,
really say
the fact that they haven't said much because they
Yeah.
have all this CCTV and that's all they've said. She was walking around a bit. Surely they have records of where she is, where she's been, if she's gone into this hotel.
And go ahead, Oscar.
Go on.
No, you.
All right, fair enough. I just think if she's, did you say she was a student? She's away from home. She's far from
Yeah,
home. She suffers
she
from
was taking a
bipolar.
break from school.
Okay.
Is what she was doing.
I mean, it's, you know, it must be hard to go to another country and study, but also, especially if you're bipolar, it must be difficult. And obviously, if she was on medication and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's not very
just-
much on it. I just find it very interesting.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just thinking, surely nobody's getting up to the roof and plopping
Yeah.
her in the water tank except from the hotel staff. So
Yeah.
I
Then
agree.
the other thing I said earlier
especially if
was
no one
about this
noticing.
ghost.
Yeah.
Because some people have
Yeah, people thought she
analysed
could
the
be possessed or something.
footage and they've said that they've somehow seen a spirit or something and that it looked like she was talking to someone outside the elevator. But if you look at the cameras, there's absolutely no one or nothing there, apart from I think someone saw a shadow. And so some people have been saying it's ghosts or demons or
Do you
something like that.
think
But
the hotel company could have erased footage, or
oh, 100%, they could have easily hidden anything, records, footage.
Where,
So
where
that could be a
was
That
possibility?
all goes somewhere
It
though.
was in LA.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this hotel also has a bunch of weird stuff happening there all the time, which didn't really go into detail. Just said it was infamous for things like this happening.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
that's
fun.
another thing that points to the hotel having some shady stuff going on.
Very interesting.
Because I
Yeah.
don't see how she's getting up there herself. I really don't.
Yeah.
Especially
So
about me noticing
Cameron,
as well.
sorry. Have
Yeah,
you got
continue.
some smaller theories then, Cameron?
They're not exactly theories.
Right.
I've got a few paradoxes to discuss. The
Yeah,
first,
okay.
you may have heard of these. The first one is the grandfather paradox. So a
Never heard of
grandson
it.
I've heard of it.
goes back in time and he kills his grandfather.
Yeah.
But when he kills his
Mhm.
grandfather
He dies.
no longer exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
he dies.
if his grandfather doesn't exist, how does the grandson exist?
Mm.
So
So
What?
what do you mean he time travelled?
it's
Here we go.
hypothetical.
We're gonna, if you don't mind, Cameron,
Right.
because I do know what this means. I'm gonna paint.net this.
Yeah.
Have a look at the screen share.
Right.
Okay.
You,
Yep.
you better show your brilliant drawings.
Oh
on this.
god! All right, to the people of YouTube, I'm sorry. I took art for 2 years and I
This
couldn't
is
even draw a stick
Oscar
man.
Picasso.
So here we go. We've got grandfather. I'm just gonna call it GF. That doesn't mean girlfriend.
Yep.
Imagine this is a family tree. He obviously meets Mrs. Grandfather. We'll call her
Mrs. Graff.
Grandmother.
MF. They have a baby, and then we have like your dad. It was dad. There you go.
Yep,
Fantastic.
yep.
Your mum
Mhm.
meets your dad. Lovely. You've now got you. Okay. If you
Right.
go back in time, this is so bad. This wrong. If you go back in time, and you kill this person,
Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Question
sort
is,
of the grandfather.
was Dad
Girlfriend.
born already?
Well, yeah, that is the thing. If you
Yeah.
kill
What
him,
if there's just another guy with the grandmother?
if you
Well, this
kill
is-
him while your dad is born, I mean, things might change. Obviously, anything
You could kill
changes
the
in price,
dad, and
but-
then 9 months later, if you could kill the grandfather, and 9 months later the dad can still be living, because obviously, 9 months.
I mean,
Well, this is the whole thing about quantum mechanics. It's infinite.
Is there any
Possibilities, yeah.
detail on how he supposedly time travelled?
It's
it's just but essentially the
back
whole
in
point
time.
is that if you travel back in time and kill him, he's never going to meet her. They're not going to have your dad. Your dad's never going to meet your mum, and therefore you're not going to be happened. So you're going to die.
But then, for all of that to happen, you
Yeah.
have to have happened to make it
But-
happen. Another
Yeah, but
person.
how
Wouldn't be the same.
you don't know you're
You
going to be
can't
born?
create-
That's the thing.
See, now
There's a
I'm
whole
really
different
confused.
set of genetics. So that
I've just really confused
This is
myself
not actually happening.
Of course not. It's just like
here. Yeah, yeah.
a theory,
It's a
if you will.
hypothetical
Fake
situation.
situation.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay,
Yeah,
I have
I've confused
another
myself now.
Good. So now that I've embarrassed
Paradox.
myself to the world of YouTube with my paint skills,
It's brilliant.
go on with your next one, and I'll.
Okay, this should be slightly easier to understand. It's called the observation
Okay.
paradox.
That's good.
Okay.
And it states, does something actually happen if it's not observed? So if a tree falls in a forest,
Oh,
does it
yeah.
actually
No one
make a
hears
sound?
it. Yeah. Yes.
Surely,
Um,
yes. Because if a tree falls and someone's next to it and they hear it, then if a tree falls and someone's not there, it still makes a sound, just no one hears it.
but how do you know that?
We don't.
Exactly.
Well,
But yeah, I guess. Because you can theorize it in many different ways.
it's
But if
too
we
late in
think
the
about it
evening
just
to be
straight
giving me
logic.
From literally everyone's point of view, it didn't happen. It's just the fact that we're
Yeah.
being told it happened,
Yeah,
which makes
so
you think,
no one
well,
has
it
the
did.
knowledge that it's happened,
No,
but we can logically think that it does make a
Yeah.
sound because we have heard it before.
exactly. But how can you know this isn't the first time it hasn't made a
Yeah.
sound? But
So you're basically saying,
These are
depending
weird. I
on.
can't get my head around these.
Yeah, no, this confuses me.
So it's basically a point of view thing. So no, absolutely no one saw it or heard it. So
Yeah.
then, through the mind of everyone, if you're just thinking of just your personal experience, then it can't have happened because no one was
Yeah.
there.
Mm.
To
But if you're
everyone's,
thinking
to
of
everyone's knowledge, it
experience.
hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like these. These are
Wow.
cool.
I
Well,
like them, but they're really messing with my head.
I'm going to move on to my fun facts of the day.
Oh,
Okay.
On average, your foot and your forearm are the same length.
Let me do a quick
I'm
measure.
going to check
Give me a
that.
minute.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Imagine we
I
had our cameras on right now.
can sleep easy now. Thanks.
It's pretty much, to be
Foot
fair.
and
It's,
Oh,
know what?
wait, no. No,
That
no,
kind of
not,
works.
it's not, mine is not at all.
it's not perfect, but
Wait,
it's very,
where
very
does your
close.
foot start? Where does your foot start, though?
From your heel
Technically.
to the top of your toe.
What do you mean?
Your heel.
Your heel to your toe.
The base of your heel.
Yeah, there's
Like the
about
bottom of your foot.
there's about 15 centimeters. My forearm is 15 centimeters longer.
So what? Your
What?
forearm is your your hand.
Your
Yeah.
elbow to your wrist is your forearm, yeah?
To your wrist. Oh, okay. And let me try again.
Where
we
were
go.
you measuring?
What?
Wait, where were you
I
measuring?
look like an idiot.
Do you
right
know
now.
parts of the body?
I want to know what
Yes.
what were you measuring?
There's still a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's on average. yeah.
On average, yeah. Maybe I'm just weird. So on average, yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
We've theorized the facts. How have we done that?
So we've gone from like a high. Okay, I've run out of words.
High IQ.
Intelligence.
We've
High
gone from a
intelligent
high-
idea,
Thanks,
yes.
Oscar.
We've gone from an
Okay,
intelligent
fine.
idea to how much we can measure our feet or something.
Oh,
To a flexibility test.
very nice.
So in a book, right, you're reading your book, whatever it is,
Mhm.
Harold Potter or Teen
Yeah.
Wolf, I
Yep.
don't know. But to everybody, characters look different in books. Like different people see the same character differently.
And they sound
So
different also in like your head.
are we forgetting about films?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
films just aren't. Well, yeah, it's completely up to your imagination.
Yeah.
Unless
you
there is the
read-
most detailed.
Is there not description in the books though about?
Yeah, but
when you read
it's
it,
not
but
going to be
still.
that.
Can you hear
detailed.
them? Can you hear them when you're reading? Is that
Yes,
a thing
I
you can
can.
do?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, same. So they'll sound completely different to me than to you, unless
Yeah,
it's like
you'll use a completely different voice in your head.
Yeah.
Mhm. But
I'm
I
also-
don't. When I'm reading about
Mm.
people, I don't use my voice in my head. They like create a voice for them
Yeah,
in my head. Is what
exactly.
happens.
Mm.
I
Well,
find
I
that
have
quite cool.
Mm.
my second last very fun fact is
Yep.
that somebody could be screaming right now, screaming for help, and nobody would know.
I wouldn't be able to help anyone
Oh.
in my pajamas, so I can't go outside.
That's oh.
Do you want to know
That's really
something?
weird
Do you
to
want to know
think.
something even cooler? You could
Go
have
on then,
made a
Oscar.
decision in your life that saved your life, and you wouldn't know it.
Okay.
Well,
Wow.
surely you could say that about crossing the road every day.
Sure, I
It's
suppose.
You know,
You
when
decided to
Oscar
keep
said that,
walking
that's the
instead
first
of
thing I thought
lying
of.
down middle of the road.
exactly.
Or like if you're gonna go to Greg's, yeah, you realise you don't have enough, so you go the other way and you don't get run over. Yeah.
Okay, my question is, okay, what do you think about before you fall asleep? Okay,
Sleeping.
because
I think, man, I'm tired.
no, do you just not think about anything? I sit there and
No,
think
that's
about everything
impossible.
I've done wrong.
Yeah.
I go through
What
every
do you mean done
moment.
wrong?
And, like if
You
I've
can't-
done
you can't
something
I'm
not
not
that's
going to
think
sleep
about
easy
something.
tonight now. We've talked about
not
this.
resulted in the way it should have or could have gone better, I always think about things like that.
That's for the
And I
shower.
think,
You do that in the shower.
Yeah, that's the shower.
okay, yeah, I do think about that in the shower as well. But it's mainly before I go to sleep.
No.
And I also think about if somebody was to come into my room, how I would stop them from
Yes,
killing me.
I think about that. And
Oh.
I always think they're gonna. Do you mean like people breaking into the house?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I
My
always think
room's
about
the
that.
first one you see.
When I'm sleeping, all I think about is usually the next day and what I'm going to do. And that's it. It's not very interesting. It's just that's what happens.
What do we
It's
think about
interesting.
dreams?
Oh, dreams are great.
Lucid dreams?
They're-
Anyone done that?
I get
No.
confused between lucid dreams and whatever the other one is. Explain.
Lucid dreams is where you're in control of the dream. Dream is just when you're sort of like a
Oh,
spectator.
I used to do this all the time. So I'd be in a dream, right? And then I'd wake up in the dream. And
I've had
then
that once.
I just have a great time. I'd be like, I'm dreaming. I can do whatever I want, man. Let's go and vibe. It was amazing.
That's a lucid
Mm.
dream then. If you
The thing
try
is
and if you try and force a lucid dream on yourself, you get sleep paralysis, which is where you're sort of
Oh.
asleep,
That's all
you're
I get
sort of
muddled
not,
up.
and you
I
sort
was
of
just gonna
see
say,
like demons and stuff apparently.
like before I
Mhm.
fall asleep, I will like have like a start a dream, like what I think
A
about.
warm up.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I obviously choose what happens.
The
Don't
thing is,
remember
though,
mine.
when I dream, it always ends up going wrong. Like, however hard I try, it will always go wrong.
What
Like,
do you mean go wrong?
I'll save like a orphanage of cats, and then someone will fly a plane into the orphanage of cats, and everybody will blow up and die.
Shall I tell you what? Dreams reflect like what you're thinking and feeling and what's going on in your life. So if anyone can work out the
Yeah.
symbolism for a plane
Cameron's
flying
really
into an
feeling-
orphanage of cats, if anyone can work out the symbolism of that,
What is the
Oh.
emotion linked to a plane flying into an orphanage full of cats?
Let me look
anger.
it up, let me look it up.
I do have a few questions
Go
Oh,
for
that
it.
I
Okay.
think you guys can answer. So the first one, there's a follow-up question to this one. What did you want to be when you were younger, like job-wise?
Don't you mean when you were younger?
Astronaut.
What did you want to be when you were older?
I
So
wanna be
when
an
you were
astronaut or a
younger, yeah,
zookeeper.
what
Yeah.
job did you want to have when you were older?
I always wanted to be a mermaid.
Right.
That's not a
Just-
job.
I would have said
Traveller.
footballer 100% when I was younger.
Who didn't? Who didn't say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Not me.
It was
I
either
an
that-
astronaut or a zookeeper.
It was either that, a zookeeper. I've never heard of that before.
Or-
Actually.
What? It's a great job.
No, it's not like I've never heard of a zookeeper. I meant like I've never heard of people say that they want to be a zookeeper when they were younger.
I've always wanted to be a mermaid, and I still want to be one now. But
So that
What-
actually
what would
moves
be
on to
the
the
use of
follow-up
that?
question, which is what do you want to be now?
a teacher.
I don't. I have absolutely no idea.
I want to be something to do with the police, in the police force.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
PCJ.
I'm not a zookeeper, as I've discovered I
Yeah,
make like 5p.
PC Jaden.
It'd be
I wanna
PC
be-
Elliot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I want to be like a criminal minds person, but I've got to remember that they
You
are
want to be a
actors,
criminal?
and that is not what happens.
Oh, it's
And
interesting.
I also live in the UK.
Oh yeah, no. Oh,
I'll
are
be-
we
I'll
gonna
be a
go into that?
criminal.
Nah, we probably shouldn't.
No.
Just in case it actually happens.
Yeah, 10 years later, you're inspecting the case and you go back to this video to
No, Jaden's inspecting the case of me becoming a murderer.
Mm.
and
Oh, hello.
right, imagine Kira and Cameron like team up and all of Cameron's dreams they just actually carry them out.
We murder like a cat reference.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
sorry,
so the-
Jaden,
the
I'm
next
moving-
question-
I'm moving with Cameron to murder cats.
If you had to change your name, what would it be and why?
I don't want to change my name.
I was almost called Evan.
Oh,
And then my
I
parents
was
didn't
almost
like
called
it.
Ethan.
All right. I'd probably go to
I
Elsa
reckon
just because of that.
I reckon Santa Claus would be a cool name, just for fun.
I can't be asked.
I think it would. I think it'd be really cool.
No, it would be quite cool though. It would be quite cool.
I'm only called Cameron because that's the only name my parents could decide on. So
All right.
I
I
mean,
think I was nearly going to be called like Caitlin, but that's too close to my mum's name.
Did you have any other names, Ollie, or were you just Ollie?
Well, I was told that if I was a female, I would have been called Felicity. She's a bit of
Bloody
a
hell!
If I was a-
That's
if I
out of
was a
nowhere.
male- I would have been called Lewis.
All right.
But I don't know what other male names.
Right, I've got some would you rather's now.
Cool.
go on.
Okay.
So the first one, would you rather be in jail for a year, so it's definite you're in jail for 1 year, or you lose a year of your life, so you die 1 year earlier? So you just completely lose a year of your life, or you spend
Lose a
1
year of
year
your
in
life?
jail.
I'll lose a year.
Oh,
It's
right.
basically the same thing.
I hate jail. It scares me.
Yeah, probably lose a year.
I'm not
Okay.
tough enough.
Well,
Quite-
your
quite a
last
quick
like
one there.
5 years, it's gonna be you complaining about like back aching anyway.
Mm.
I'll
Of
be
course,
fine to lose
because
one
when
of
you
them.
hit 60, it's just the backache, and that's all you talk
Yeah.
about.
It is. Every time I see an old person like, oh, my back aches. That's that. And I know you said it before.
Okay, so the next one is, would you rather always be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early. 20 minutes
Early.
early.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
hate late.
I want to
have
be
a
early.
fear of being late. Literally, it scares me.
I mean,
But the thing with being early, which really annoys me, when we go to the cinema back in the days when you were allowed to do that,
back in the day,
my sister would be just set on getting there like 2 hours before it even starts screening, like before the adverts even come on, and it really annoyed me because you just sat there.
that's
for
the best part.
ages.
No, that's the
I
best part.
hate the saying. I hate
No,
the
but
saying.
watching the adverts are fine, but when you get 2 hours before the adverts even
Oh,
start,
2 hours is no. But
Yeah.
like, if you
Questionable.
arrive
Yeah.
like 10 minutes before, the music like starts playing, then the lights
Mhm.
dim, then the
Yeah.
screen comes up. That's nice. But
And you get a happy
I
word
just
of
hate
Haribo
being
adverts,
late.
and it's great.
because you have to make an entrance when you're late. and
Yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna-
I hate the saying. It's better late than never.
I'd rather
I
be
would
late, I
rather just
think.
not go at all.
Yeah.
I'd
be
rather be
late.
late.
would
Late-
you?
Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
no thanks. I'm not talking
Why?
to you anymore.
20 minutes early. That's quite a lot. I can do so much other things in that time.
Right.
Mm.
I have one more.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to talk to land animals, animals that fly, or animals that live underwater?
Land.
Land animals
Land
probably, because
animals. I
I
would want to talk to my
I
cat.
have them.
That question
Yeah.
split us up a lot, didn't it?
Yeah. I guess that makes the most sense as we live on the land.
Yeah,
Well, it's just that
Yeah,
surely there's more of
access
them.
so you can use it more.
exactly.
Do like bugs count as well? Because there's so many of them. They're on the land. They're around. They're insect. Yeah.
So I think, are we going to move on to the last segment? We're going to play a game. It's going to be scribble.io.
I'm on my phone. By the
Oh,
way,
What?
so I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone. I am on my phone.
How has Jaden already got this?
Big brain. Big brain.
Oh right.
I am on.
Huge brain.
Perfect.
How did you get that
perfect.
straight away though?
I don't know.
Jaden's
Okay, how-
chewing no cap.
Yeah,
How
I've
do I
got
do
the words
more?
right here. I've got
This is all I
X-ray.
can do, I'm afraid.
Oh, I put dream
Silly.
rather
Dream. Oh, it's my go. Let's go.
Big boy.
Oh. Cheers. Oh wait, hang on. How do you rub stuff out? Erase.
That's it. Just shout
There you go.
erase at it.
that should help.
Oh, go back to pen, right?
Oh, okay.
than. Oh, I don't know how you spell it.
What?
Carrot in the door.
What?
I got it.
How have you all got this?
I don't know what I'm really doing here.
I understand.
I'm surprised I could spell it.
Oh, I just got it. Oh no. There you go.
Brilliant.
How am
Fantastic.
I fifth? This is not going well.
Mr. Big Wong.
Mr. Big One. Oh. Oh no. I've forgotten. That's good actually. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Circle, yeah. Good.
I'm concentrating. What is happening?
Oh. Oh. Smashed it.
No, wait, what?
Smashed
Yeah.
it. Smashed it. Smashed it.
Yeah.
Smashed it. Hula hoop.
Oh,
Oscar,
wait,
did you
okay.
put hula hoop?
I know now.
I'm
spell,
so
I can't spell.
confused, and I made the
I
bloody
can-
words.
I can spell. It's okay.
Oh god, no.
Gonna get a thumbs up from me. Look at that.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
just
I'll
got
get-
it. Yes.
Still in the lead. Wait.
Glad to know I've never played this game before. This is my first time.
Cool.
He's a newbie.
I am.
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
I can hear the laptop. What?
Oh, okay.
Huh?
There's 2 words.
What?
What?
I understand. I understand the concept, but I don't know what the word is.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
What? What is that?
Music. What?
It's music. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, this happened last
Oscar,
episode.
is this one of the words you didn't tell us?
This
Oh,
happened last episode.
Last episode.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
You've smashed
What?
that.
I
I'm
did this.
so
I did this, actually.
confused.
What
I did
happened last episode?
Right, you've got 5 seconds to type this. It's song quiz.
Oh. Oh. I beat man.
Me went on Creole.
Son Queos.
Oh, beast man.
Oh, it's me again.
Come on, the obese man.
Sure. Let's go for this one. Ooh, what? Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh,
No!
smashed it. Come on.
No,
Come
I
on.
put airplaner.
Airplaner. Yes.
Noob.
No!
Oh, I don't know what to choose.
He's a big boy.
Oh, I've got. Okay, yeah.
Speed.
That's it. Yeah.
This? It's not that.
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I got. Oh.
Oh.
I think that's pretty accurate.
I assume that's you in front of Grey's Anatomy.
Interesting.
Oh.
Are we ready?
Me hollin you.
I can't be asked.
Oh no.
I know. I think I know.
How is that theories?
Oh my god.
No?
No. Wait, what? Oscar, you absolute Oscar.
What's
Oscar.
What?
That's not what it is.
What?
What? No.
You'll see. You'll
No,
see when it
that's not.
happens.
Have you spelt it wrong, Oscar?
It's right. It's something to do with scribble. Then hang on. What? No, it's got an A in. It's got an A in.
What?
What?
Ollie, what the f- is this drawing?
Oh no. What?
What is this?
Oh. No. What?
Doing cam.
This
This
is
is a
not that.
This is Cameron.
What?
This is getting a thumbs down.
You'll see. It'll make sense in the end.
I
I
don't
don't
think it
understand.
will.
I really don't understand.
It really will. Just you wait. Just you wait.
I can't be
What?
asked.
What?
You'll see. You'll
You've
see.
just scribbled for 80 seconds.
You'll see.
You get no points.
You'll see.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
Hey,
my
Oscar.
god. Oh my god.
Oh.
See? You saw?
Okay. Oh.
I can hear your mouth.
He looks
Thank
he
you.
looks like he wants to be put out of the pain and suffering.
What do you mean?
He wants it even more.
I'll give him a trim.
That's a carrot, mate. Elon Musk. Oh.
Jaden, yeah, that's me, isn't it?
Oh,
What is it? Oh, Christ.
Cameron. Sure.
Smashed it.
Christmas.
What? Oh no.
No.
Oh, discavod. But that's
Let's go.
fine.
No.
Big boy
I think
wins.
I'm last.
This is
Big
so
boy
sad.
wins.
Obese man should have done better. That chaotic one should have been obvious.
No, it wasn't. It was just you drawing for 80 seconds.
It's a good use of my time.
Sure.
Are we
Anyway, is this where we're wrapping it up?
I guess that's the end for this episode.
Mm.
We also got a thing to say. We jingle. Anyone wanna go ahead and explain that? Or I can if.
Go on, Ollie. You do, Ollie.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and make a jingle for the entrance to the podcast. Entry.
We're all gonna have a go at making one, and then we're gonna
Yeah,
see
and
which
we'll
Throughout
one
the
pop it
week.
we
into
prefer.
we'll pop it into next week's one and see how we feel.
Hopefully.
Get a
So-
live reaction.
Yeah, so essentially
Oh.
we
So
have
shout
until
out-
next episode to make a like a jingle. Obviously none of us have any music softwares, nothing. And then at the beginning of next episode, we will go through and we'll see everyone's jingles for the first time.
And to end it, another big shout out to Emily. Thanks for commenting
Yes,
20
thank you.
20 times
Is it?
on episode 2.
Times.
What is it? I think it's
Oh.
19. Anyway, thanks.
We'll round up to 20. Emily,
See ya.
pop another one in there. Goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.